I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
What's up, wrestling card collectors? Welcome to another edition of WTCtv. I feel like it's been forever and a half since I've done one of these. As many people know, as I've been posting on social media, I've been kind of traveling a little bit, doing my main gig out there, doing some shows, and meeting some people from across the pond, connecting and doing my day job. But back at it, and today I'm getting a little bit of controversy. I think I got a polarizing figure on right now. It's like that. I got Mike the Cleaner, man. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. What's up? How you
doing pretty good, man. And so Mike the Cleaner. So are we doing like janitorial work? Are we like doing garbage man? What are we doing here?
Believe it or not, man, years ago on Twitter, I'm a huge Kenny Omega mark. All right, that's my dude. So years ago on Twitter, I actually made my name and I said, and I actually tagged Kenny and I said, what should I make my name? Just kidding around. I didn't think he was going to respond. This is now, keep in mind, this is back when Kenny Omega had 30,000 followers, not, whatever he has now, 700, 800,000. I said, Mike the Omega or Mike the Cleaner? I swear to you, he responded, he said, Mike the Cleaner is what you should go with. So ever since then, that's been my name.
That's a great story, man.
My boy actually responded to me about it. So
that's a great story.
I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, man.
So let's get a little bit of background about you, sir. How long have you been collecting?
So since I was about 6 years old, I am 41 now. So do the math, 35 years.
You don't look a day over 40.
I appreciate that. I actually saw my daughter's friend for the first time the other couple weeks ago, and she goes, "That's your dad? He looks young. He looks younger than my dad." I said, "Well, that's a good thing, I guess."
It's a good thing.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm going to be 53 this year, so.
You don't look a day, and you don't look a day over 50. How about that?
There you go. I think that, man. Get rid of the gray. I won't look a day
so
over 48.
Real quick, before we get into this, though, since your name's Tony, and you're Italian, I got a little joke for you.
But I'm not.
So, you're not Italian with Tony Villa?
Vella's not an Italian name. It's Spanish.
Really?
Yep.
No kidding. That seems more Italian than my mother's name.
And my actual name is Tony. It's not Anthony.
Oh shit! Yeah, my mother's maiden name is Vito, and it's very similar to that.
Yep, it's Spanish.
All right, well, I'm still gonna give you.
Give it to me.
Still gonna give you one. So, why are so many Italians from New York named Tony?
Why is that?
Because when they came from New York on the boats from the old country, they had 2 NY written on their foreheads.
2 NY. Oh, NY. Okay, there you go.
Well, they was like, oh, it's another Tony. It's another Tony. They just kept ripping off Tonys.
Well, I'm going to be the Tony from the Spanish side. Sorry.
There we go. That's all good. That's all good, my man.
So collecting for basically all your whole life. And I'm assuming as a kid, like most kids, myself included, we collected, your stick and ball type of cards. Yeah,
absolutely. I actually had a card shop within walking distance of my house. So my father used to, every weekend we'd walk to the card shop, buy some packs, whatnot. All the way from, I started watching wrestling when I was probably about 6 as well. So once, I started seeing wrestling cards, the 87 tops and whatnot, of course, they were in the card store and, buy some packs of those. So it was always fun, man. I used to go to the youth center when I was a kid. We'd be trading cards, me and my buddies and stuff. It was been a big part of my life, my entire life, pretty much. So.
Yeah, I think a lot of us collected, I collected a lot of baseball cards when I was a kid, some football, not so much basketball, but definitely a lot of baseball cards. And I've told a story where I used to sit back and watch games with my shoebox filled with my baseball cards, and I would take construction paper and I would cut out, the A's, the B's, the C's, the D's. Then I would put things in order by, I didn't put them in numerical order by the based on number of the card. I put them in alphabetical order by the person's name. So
Oh, that's cool. I
if I
like that.
watch a game like, oh, the Angels playing the Yankees, and I would go like, oh, Thurman Munson's up. I like, oh, I got his card, and I'd check out and got his card. But and then in the '80s when I started working, I worked at a deli slash liquor store that also sold like GPKs, and then they also had
So yeah, I had a
wrestling
lot of
cards.
garbage pail.
And I
Yeah, I
go,
had a
oh,
lot of garbage pail too. Yeah, those are fun.
I even had the old sales sheet from like, I had, the WWF top sales sheet on one side. On the flip side, I had a GPK ad.
Very cool.
So
Yeah,
those
very
are
cool.
pretty fun,
Top,
but I
yeah,
got
because
my
Topps
start.
made them both.
But
That's
yeah, so we're
cool.
very similar in that, where we both start off as a kid and just kind of continue that collecting throughout our lives, I bet.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of funny. I'm just plugging my phone in here. It's actually kind of funny because my mother used to say to me, I used to know the entire Beckett back to front, like what every card I had was worth, what every card, because there was only 2-3 sets, right, of baseball cards, back in the '80s, right? So she goes, if you knew your your science books, like this Beckett back to forth, she goes, you'd be an A student. I go, well, I don't like science, I like these.
If they had a class on cards, Mom, you're looking at a genius.
You are looking at a straight A student for sure.
So you grew up like that. You wrestling obviously been part of your life. I couldn't help but notice on social media for you on your page, you do some meet and greets every once in a while. You attend a lot of meet and greets?
I do. I tend to, if they're out here in my area, absolutely.
Oh God, you're in a hot, being in upper, Northeast, man. You have a lot, so much going on up there.
There is a lot. I mean, obviously it's taken a toll with, the pandemic and whatnot, but the local shows bring in the local indie show, bring in a lot of older guy talent, maybe one or two big guys, every event. For instance, this event coming up, they got Jay Lethal coming, but stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I've anytime Ring of Honor's out here or something like that, I've always gone. I've met Omega, I've met the Bucks, I've met pretty much, I've met Danhausen 3 times. I mean, I've even drove 4 hours out of my way to meet Danhausen twice.
Yeah, I saw it. I think that's your cover photo on your Twitter account.
Yeah, because he's like my dude. Like, I mean, if you don't like Danhausen, then you don't like entertainment. You might as well stare at a paint drying on the wall, because that dude is funny, straight up.
You guys get, you get cards signed, or you just stick to cards getting signed, or?
Mainly figures, action figures. I do a lot of the action figures and get those signed. Yeah. So. But I mean, if they don't have a figure, or if I don't have a figure of them, see, I'll even get like, if I don't have a figure, I have so many friends. That's the thing. Like, when I started on Twitter, it was mainly for wrestling figures and stuff, and then kind of transitioned into the card game, and mainly been into the wrestling cards now, for kind of put the stick and ball stuff on hold for quite a while now, and just been strictly focusing on wrestling. So. And building a collection that, I mean, I think is pretty nice.
So when did you start getting heavily into the wrestling cards? During the pandemic?
No, a little. I mean, here's the thing. I had so much basketball that I sold during the pandemic that I literally made just stupid money off of, because people were paying dumb prices for this stuff. Didn't even make sense prices. That's what I call it. Don't make sense prices, okay? Because now this stuff is worth a quarter of what I sold it for.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I took a lot of that stuff, and that's when I started buying a lot of the wrestling stuff. Yeah, so right around that time.
Well, hell, that's a nice segue for what I'm going to get into next with you. Then it's like that. So I see you on social media, especially Twitter. That's the main place I think a lot of wrestling card collectors go. The Discord channel is starting to really kind of pick up a lot over a little bit. So I'm pretty happy about that. I was blown away that there wasn't a dedicated channel to just wrestling cards. The whole reason why creating it.
Absolutely.
So you're talking about, you take basketball, you sell the shit out of it, and you're selling for stupid money. But you seem to be pretty outspoken for people who are on wrestling cards paying stupid money for wrestling cards.
As far as, I didn't pay stupid money for those cards. People were paying stupid money for those cards. As far as what people are paying for the cards, I know what the market is like for the basket. I know what happened with the basketball. So as far as what people are paying stupid prices for, I feel they're doing it for the wrong things.
Gotcha.
It's the older stuff. It's the Gen 10s, older stuff that's going to keep increasing in values. In my opinion, don't get me wrong, I got a ton of shiny shit. Okay, don't get me wrong, I got a ton of it. I got tons of that stuff. But I mean, as far as if you want to, bring Prism into the mix, I knew exactly what was going to happen with that from day one, because I've seen it time and time again. And don't get me wrong, I have some Prism cards.
Sure.
I bought
same here.
I bought some, but I also didn't buy them the first couple of weeks. I knew what was going to happen, and I kept watching them. Like I said to you, I just bought a Solo Sokoa Pulsar, numbered to 25. He's probably one of the best rookies in the class, if not. I mean, Bron Breaker may be better. You guys can talk about that. What's the other guy? Oh my gosh, the Olympic wrestler,
Gabe.
Gable. Yeah. Well, when he came in and tried to do a suplex, and it looked like I could have done a suplex better. I don't think WWE appreciated that too much. So I don't know why people are thinking this guy's going to get this massive push. But anyways, I got that card for 20.
He ain't no Kurt Angle.
Yeah, he definitely ain't Kurt Angle. And he will never be Kurt Angle. He won't even be oh my God, what was that guy Angle's son they were saying was Angle's son?
Oh yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, he won't even be a Jordan, in my opinion. But again, opinions are like assholes. We all have.
Sure, yeah. So there seems to be, since we're opening that door of Prism stuff, it's going to be probably the primary focus of our conversation, I bet. Yeah, we're talking about a divided market right now. In our little sector of the market, we've always been a very nice, close-knit community of people. Now, I don't know how long you've been participating when it comes into wrestling cards and our little market of people like that, but it's growing. Some of us have been in it for a long ass time.
Absolutely.
And so seeing new eyeballs come in every time somebody comes in, it's open arms, welcoming, hey, thank you.
Right.
Thank you for coming to our little niche like that. Now that, Prism has kind of created this divide between collectors, and it's just like, oh no, vintage versus modern versus vintage. And, there's guys like me who whatever my opinion might be on either one of those things, as I've told you off air too, I have to be Switzerland and everything like that, because I'm just here to report the accidents. I didn't create the accidents.
Right.
So it's just it's hard to see that. It's hard for me to see what I've been told exists in other hobbies, in basketball, in baseball, in football, and other things. And now we're starting to see it in wrestling, and it's unfortunate. And
it is.
You're very outspoken about it.
Oh yeah, and you know what? In all seriousness, everything I've said, it was honestly just to help people out, because I knew that these are not going to be rookies that are going to. So here's the thing with a difference between basketball per se, basketball Prism, and wrestling. Okay, there's a huge difference. Silver rookies. Okay, when these people are going and they're spending $35 on a blaster box, and you're not going to pull out anywhere close to $35 worth unless you pull that autograph, which are 1 in 20 or 30 boxes. When it comes to basketball, there's a reason why people wait in line. I'm sure you've heard these stories. People wait in line to get these boxes, because even the blaster boxes, the retail boxes, the rookies, the silver rookies, command hundreds of dollars. The green rookies command hundreds of dollars. That's not the same with any of these rookies in this rookie class. You know what I mean? And from day one, all I've ever said was to look out for the wrestling community. If you look at my tweets, I'll say, wait, trust me, please believe me. Hobby boxes, they're at 1,400. People are out of their minds. They're seeing a card go for 10 grand. I called that John Cena card, the Color Blast.
The first Color Blast that came out, yeah.
Blow for blow as the whole thing went down. Me and Dave Peck were talking in a DM. I said, what's going to happen? And he'll tell you the story. I said, what's going to happen is it's going to get bid up. This is market manipulation 101. It happens with every product, Prism, all sports. This is what's going to happen. It's going to get bid up. Then if you noticed, right before that happened, I go, did you see what happened? Somebody put up a card. They probably didn't even have the card, Tony. you can get great pictures off of Panini's website.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I
Just
know.
snapshot. Yeah, just snapshot them, right? And they probably did that, put the card up for $7,500. This was all work. Okay. We're wrestling fans, right? We know about fucking work.
That's right. That's right.
All you boys got worked. Every fucking one of them got worked. And I knew it was going to happen. I called it blow for blow. I said, see that card for $7,500? He ain't even got that. Guaranteed. The card ends. All of a sudden, that $7,500 card is gone. The dude ended the auction. Why did he end the auction? All of a sudden, I go, what's going to happen? He goes, what do you think the odds of this getting paid for? I said, 0%. What's going to happen? And I have this, I can screenshot this and send it to anybody who thinks I'm lying. What's going to happen is the dude's going to send him a message saying I can get it for $4,000 less, or I just saw one for $7,500. I can't pay for this. And I swear to you, it happened. It's nothing in me. I mean,
it's exactly what happened.
Yeah, 100%. I called it down to a T. He goes, bro, that was he even said to me, he goes, I've never seen somebody call something like that. I said, I told you, but it's not even like it was hard to call. It happens with every product. Prism is a great product if you get the very low numbered shit. Okay. The number to 10 stuff's gonna hold its value. There's no question there. It's going to lower in value, but it is going to hold value long term. Panini already knows they lost this WWE license, Tony. They know it's gone. If people don't think they're printing this shit into the ground, they are going to print more Panini Prism than ever before. People want to look at the 2013 NBA, right? And they'll go, oh my God, a gold LeBron sold for, $100K. In 2013, that was the first year of Prism for basketball, and they didn't print a tenth of what they're going to print for this wrestling. And that's what people got to understand.
How do we know they're going to print that so much, though? They don't give print run numbers. If you know you had a license for something, right? And you already lost that license, what are you going to do? If you're a CEO of a company, you're going to say print. Just because you're going to hurt the market value. So I guess you don't care about the market value.
I don't think they don't. Yeah, they don't give a shit. They don't give two shits. They've been bullied out of the market by fanatics. They don't give two shits about the market right now. All they care about is milking this cow for everything they can get. Sales.
Sales.
And that's why I say numbered cards, yes, eventually over time, numbered cards will go up. They will hold their value, especially PSA 10s for this stuff, because
this will be very, very hard to get.
I think they even cut these things bad and off-centered these bad for a reason.
Oh, here we go with the conspiracy theories.
Oh, no. Tony, how can it be that a 2002 product is that badly off-centered and cut that badly? The edges are like, you could cut your finger on some of these edges. It's crazy. Yeah. It doesn't make sense to me.
Centering alone on some of this stuff is just ridiculous.
Oh,
I'm not a professional grader. Like I reached out to Peck as well, so like that when I submitted my very first PSA submission, just to make sure I was doing it right. Because I'd never submitted an order before. And so I'm the last person to take any advice from when it comes to but even I and my non-eagle eye can say these are horribly
atrocious. Yeah. Atrocious.
Like from corners and edges, I wouldn't know the difference, to be honest with you, unless it was blatantly obvious. But from a centering perspective, it's horrible.
Oh, atrocious. You're talking 90-10 centering on some of these cards. It's absolutely mind-blowing to me. And the thing about it is I called it with the boxes too. I said, they're 1,400. This hype is real right now. Please, I set the bar where I said I thought hobby boxes would settle around between $600 and $700. I looked earlier today, Blowout has them for $799. That's lower than the original pre-order of $800. They're going to keep going down too, Tony. They're going to keep going down. The more they print, the more retail that comes out there. Watch when you start going to stores and actually seeing retail boxes of them on the store. You're going to go, why the hell is Prism on the shelves? It's the same reason women's NBA was on the shelves. They overprinted it, and it's just it's hyped at first, and then people realize what the stuff's going to sell for. If you buy a hobby box, even at $800 right now, okay, you can buy Undertaker blue autographs numbered to 49 for $600. He's one of the top autographs in there. So you can pull one of the top possible autographs of the product and still not even make your money back. People are seeing this.
Yeah, but this is not an autograph product, though. We've all known this. This is not an autograph product.
Correct.
This product is not based on autographs. It's based on parallels.
Correct. But with Prism hobby boxes, you're only getting about 2 to 3 numbered cards per box. Those rubies, nothing. Those aren't going to sell for anything. Silvers aren't going to, and that's why I say it's different from other sports, because the silver rookies will sell for a lot. They
I mean, I knew that too going into it as well, that you know, I didn't buy anything. I bought nothing from Prism. So what I have Prism wise is because I'm a Dexter Loomis guy. He's the only one in there that I'm probably interested in. I don't think Kurt Angle's in there too. I think, and he has an autograph.
Yeah, Angle's in there.
I'll probably go search for him. But you know, I have my 3 cards right here. That's all I have, Dexter Loomis. And
there you go.
And people were willing to give them to me.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Don't get me wrong, I completely appreciate that. And so that's another. That's what I love about this particular niche of the hobbies like that of wrestling cards are so giving. I don't think that exists too much in other sports. Like no one's going to really give you cards in a sense, but
it does if the cards aren't, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, crazy high valued card. I mean, you do even see that, to be honest with you. There's a lot of good people in the hobby, whether it's, you know, stick and ball or non-stick and ball, and there's a lot of bad people in the hobby, and it's just like that. It's like that with any hobby you're going to see. But I mean, as far as, like I say, like you said, you know, somebody was just willing to give them to you. I mean, what would they get 99 cents on eBay for it? You know what I mean? Plain white envelope it.
But there is a logic to the 99-cent type stuff, and less, I mean, that kind of stuff, because, you know, if I were to buy a box of a 5,000 count box for $50, you have just a bunch of common singles like that, and I sold them for 99 cents a piece. 99 cents a piece. Sure. There's some it's a long term, because you got to do a lot of work to do that, but there's still money to be made. But I get it.
Sure.
I get it. Flipping out and just sending a, hey, you know, here's this 99-cent card. It's not gonna, you know, no sweat off my balls to do that.
And that's the thing with Prism. In the beginning, why it was like that. You had the flippers out there. These are the shoe heads. These are the guys.
And they're gone now, by the way. Like I just talked.
They're way gone. They're way gone.
Yeah, I did an episode. I filled in last night. By the time this airs, it'll be already known. But I filled in last night on the Card Foundation podcast. The guys had me fill in as a guest host, and we talked about that. And it was about like we don't see the flippers anymore. They came in maybe 2 weeks tops, and now they're gone.
100%.
They created a buzz and created a market, caused their distension in the markets like that from us, and they just left. Like they just came here and they fucked up my house, and now I got to clean it up.
Yes, and Tony, that's what the fuck they do, and that's what I've been preaching since day one. These are not collectors buying these cards at these ridiculous prices, while you got random dudes on Twitter hyping this pump and dump product. Okay. Oh my God, this card sold for 10 grand. Oh my God, this card sold for that same card that sold for 10 grand was relisted a week later for 50 grand because the dude overnighted it to PSA, got it back in a day. It came back at 10 and he relisted it for 50. That's a flipper. That's a shoe flipping mentality. That's people that do fantasy sports. I mean, that's who was in this Prism to begin. God damn it. That's who was in this Prism to begin. And now, like you said, they're gone. And that's why you're seeing the true value of what these cards are really going to bring are starting to come out now.
Now, see, I'm of the mind, like, I don't care what the prices of these cards have gone for. I really don't care.
Right.
One, pricing isn't my thing. That can be Paul from the Price Guide. He can handle that kind of stuff. And he does it very well. I don't care. What you do with your wallet is totally up to you. And nor should anybody care what I do with my wallet. You know, if I want to spend $5,000 on a card, then leave me the fuck alone. I'll go buy what I want to buy for $5,000. That's my problem. That being said, what I do like about what has happened here, though, the positive here, and I did a WTC short about this, was we as a wrestling card community have always wanted to be, no pun intended for the Roman Reigns, acknowledged, that we're an actual I've always said there's not enough zeros in our hobby to make it appealing to other people. So
Sure.
Prism now has brought out the Prism boys, as I call them, to come in here and
Yep.
say, oh yeah, I'm going to make some more zeros for you. I'm going to go out and create that, whether it's an inflated market or not. I don't care. What it does is it put eyeballs on our product. It put the spotlight we've been asking for all these years. And now it's here and people want to bitch and complain at each other about our hobby now. That I don't get. That I don't understand.
And I don't think I don't think it's really that. What you're seeing, Tony, is this Prism product has priced out a lot of true collectors.
I disagree. Go ahead, but I'll tell you why I disagree. But go ahead.
So, yeah, no, because I'm curious as to why you disagree. Because there is a lot of, I feel like, true collectors, because wrestling has always been, the prices haven't been very high. So you could buy, if you were a, Charlotte collector, let's just say, okay, you could buy a Charlotte autograph for, $30 out of a new product. And then when this comes out and you want, let's say a similar autograph, it's $150. People don't want to pay those prices. And that's why I say when these cards were selling for stupid money at the start, these weren't collectors. Wrestling card collectors weren't going out and spending $5,000 on a autograph of Brock Lesnar, number to 10. They weren't doing that. They would never do that. It just wouldn't happen. With wrestling, it's a different breed. It's a different form of collecting.
Sure.
It's a different form of collector, I should say.
It is. But to say that they're priced out, I disagree on that, because we have got longtime guys like Chucksters. Chucksters are completist. Paul is also completist. They were able to affordably buy this product and get what they wanted out of it. A master set for them, not parallels, but the base set plus the level of chase, which is what they're normally going after. That's what they're going after. They were of the mindset of all this talk that you're being priced out. You can't go and get base sets with all your low level chase. It's just going to be so expensive. You can't afford it, blah, blah, blah. They played the game of waiting patiently like they're supposed to, and waited because they know they're not stupid. They did their homework. And they were able to get, I think they got it for like under $200 for a complete master set.
You can get them right now for me and Husker Has were talking about this. You can get them for, I think, almost 100 now.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's just a base set, yes. Which I'm in the market of, like, I would like to buy 4 or 5 base sets for when I open my store. I want to have them available, but that's still a little higher than what I want, because I think from my customer standpoint, from a store, brick and mortar store, I need to have it be a little bit under that price. And I think it'll get that price. If I want to piece it together, if I want to by singles, I'm sure I can probably put some sets together probably. But my point being is that I don't think that people are getting priced out per se.
As far as base cards, no. As far as ruby cards, no. As far as silver, hyper, all that stuff that's non-numbered, no, absolutely not. But if somebody, again, is collecting somebody like Charlotte, and they're used to buying her autograph in each product at $30, and then they see her minimum price point autograph is $150, yeah, that's going to piss some people off.
Probably is, sure. But you got to change your mindset a little bit and how you want to approach the hobby, I guess. And that's always what we've been preaching that since the announcement that Panini got the license.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well,
at the end of the day, people who are collecting, and we've been saying this for months, is that people need to be smart and do their homework. You need to go out there and actually, you don't have to listen to Mike the Cleaners. You don't have to listen to WTC. You don't have, from our, but just go out there and at least get all the information you can about stuff and kind of say, all right, what can I do to keep myself still interested in this hobby like that? Because I think that $150 Charlotte card is probably not going to be $150 for very long.
Right. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like I say, once those people get out of it, these, and everybody else, and that's why I kept preaching that, man. I kept seeing all these people buying these hobby boxes and buying this. Like you said, I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want to, I mean, I do, but I don't. You want to spend your money stupidly, that's your fucking priority. Yeah. You know what I mean? Spend your money how you want. All I'm saying is, if you wait another couple weeks, I mean, we're watching hobby boxes go down $100 a week, every week. If you
Sometimes
would have just,
I think for a while there, it was almost going down $100 a day.
yeah, it was crazy. Like, I mean, if you would have just waited 4 more days, you could have, or take that 1,200 you were going to spend on a hobby box, and bro, go put a rainbow together of your favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good
You
point.
could damn near put a whole rainbow together with that amount, unless your favorite wrestler is Roman or, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Say, for instance, I love Johnny Gargano. I mean, if he was in this product, I could have put a rainbow together of him for probably under $200. You know what I mean? Minus the 101.
Wonder what I could get for my Dexter Loomis then.
The minus the 101, I mean. But yeah, no,
I saw somebody had a Dexter Loomis 101 up on eBay for like $1,000, something like that.
Really, for the Prism?
Yeah.
Does he have an autograph in that product?
He does. I actually have one right here. As a matter of fact, I have this one.
Oh, okay. I like his autograph.
I love his autograph.
Yeah.
It's like my main thing of why I collect them, just for the autograph. I love it so much. But I mean, there's all different ways that people can collect this product, and we've been preaching this on this channel for a long, long time. It all is about perspective, about doing your homework, and how you wish to approach the hobbies like that. I never want to see somebody say, well, I'm priced out, I'm out of here, I'm done, I'm not collecting anymore. Because even guys like Chuckster, who felt like, hey, I might be getting priced out, he's found ways to still collect. Maybe Prism isn't his thing, if that ended up being the case. But guess what? He's like, you know what? I've got 20 years of stuff to go back and fill holes in different places. Now, maybe now's the time to go back and fill those holes. And he's having a
100%.
great time doing that.
100%.
So there's still ways to have fun in this hobby. But going that, Prism has brought out a lot of bad blood between people. It's brought out a lot of, vintage versus shiny stuff. Shiny versus vintage. And I don't care how you word it on Twitter or any social media where you're trying to be cute and try to say like, who's to say I don't like, I don't need any of that undermining bullshit type of talking, but whatever. I can't control, I'm not controlling anybody, but it just seems like there's certain people who used to get along swimmingly well. Now they're blocking each other.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, I've only started to get deeply into the wrestling card community on Twitter. And I reached out to you when I did, a couple months back and stuff. But now, I've talked with all the big guys in the game except for one specific guy, which we went back and forth on, and I kind of buried him into a corner, and that we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. But in my main thing, like I say, I collect everything, man. I got, I got Roddy Piper autographs, from the old TNA sets. I have the whole Merlin, Italian set. But then I also have, like I just bought the Solo Sokoa. I have some of the new Prism. If I like the card and I like the guy and it's a good price, that's what it boils down to, is me getting something at a good price and not wasting my money. That's how I approach this hobby. I don't care about making a profit. If I make a profit down the line, that's great.
In a certain respect, you did take advantage of the basketball craze during the pandemic.
No, don't get me wrong. With stick and ball, that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, is making the profit, in my opinion. With wrestling, it's different. I collect because I love it, because it's my passion.
That's different. Yep.
Okay, so it's a different ball game between that and what I do with basketball. Or like, I never bought basketball boxes or anything. They were too expensive. You can't turn a profit doing it that way. I would buy singles, and I was sitting on, man, I can't even tell you. I had Luka Doncic PSA 10 silvers. I had 10 different Trae Young rookie cards. I had LeBron autographs numbered 5 of 5. Out of Upper Deck. All kinds of just ridiculous stuff. And when that hobby exploded, it fucking exploded. And yes, the stuff I paid like next to nothing for was just selling for dumb money. And of course I took advantage of that. Why wouldn't I?
Of course.
But with wrestling, I buy what I buy because it's been always my passion, bro, since day one. When I saw my first match with Dino Bravo, okay, and I was a huge He-Man fan, okay? Dino with his blonde hair, right? And I go, holy shit, I'm 6 years old. I'm like, that's He-Man. Like that's a real life He-Man. I'm like, these are real life superheroes. And ever since then, wrestling's been my passion. You can see behind me, I have figures everywhere. I have an entire man cave dedicated to wrestling that I call it my gimmick cave. Like, it ain't a man cave, it's a gimmick cave, all right? Because there's gimmicks every fucking where you look. So that's why it's different with wrestling with me. Excellent. And that's why I've kind of steered away from the stick and ball and just mainly started focusing on that.
Well, you're definitely very outspoken on social media. That's for damn sure.
I have zero fucking filter, man. I was raised this way. You know what I mean? I'm going to speak my opinion. I'm going to speak how I feel about things. And you know what? Damn near everything I fucking said about Prism was right. Damn near everything I said about Prism, from hobby boxes dropping into the floor, from retail boxes not having anything in them, to singles just disintegrating. Everything I said was right. And all I was doing was trying to help people. But again, like you said, people can spend their money however they want. But I'm going to speak my mind and say, listen, you know, this is what it is. Listen to me or not. And I bet you all those people that didn't listen to me, that are taking baths now, man, they wish they would have waited and took a bubble bath now. And, you know what I'm saying?
Some of them are like that. I can't take this guy's opinion anymore. I'm going to go ahead and just block them. That's the big thing now, is block.
I just had someone block me the other day, and I literally never even really engaged with the guy. So it was kind of funny to me. It was because I put a tweet out. So yeah, I'm very vocal. Yeah.
But one of the, something that's actually not, debatable like that, and there's no negativity in this, is that you started doing something on Twitter that I really like a lot, which was your Monday cards thread.
Isn't that cool how it's gotten
and that thing has kind of exploded so much already. People are like, there are people tagging other people in your post now saying, bro, wrestling cards, man, there's some great sick shit on here, check it out. So it's growing, and I hope that keeps going, because it's just so much fun.
Yeah, man, and I think it will. And like I say, I tag all the big guys. I tag you. The other wrestling trading cards. I actually wanted to, give him a shout out, Armand. He's actually helped me out a lot with my indie stuff. When I first got into like doing some indies, I didn't know Chuck or Caleb or any of those guys yet, really. And he helped me out. You got to see his collection of autographed, because he goes to all the shows, man.
Oh, I know. I mean, he's one of my main contributors to the site.
Yeah,
he's part of our small little team, and he's the only guy on our team that I can't seem to get on it and do an interview with.
Yeah, he's kind of a secretive guy. We are both from Buffalo, and I've yet to see him. And I even say, "Yo, are you going to the ESW show? I know you're going to be there." Yeah, I'll be there. And that's where it ends. Like, he's kind of like
I've never even seen him. He literally is from parts unknown.
Yes, parts unknown, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that thread, man, it is great. And you know what? Everybody in there, there's sales every week too. It's not like people are just putting the same stuff in there. People are putting different stuff in there. You're getting all different kinds of guys that collect different things. So yeah, it's very happy as to how it's going. But like I say, by tagging you and the bigger names, I think that also helps it as well, because it's getting a lot of eyes on it. And I feel like the more and more, it goes, and the more eyes that keep getting on it, the bigger it's going to get. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, I'm waiting, because I just got my recent lot just came in, so I'm ready to start posting some stuff.
There you go, man. There you go.
But there you go. Yeah, I just
you might have to hit me up before you get into that. I saw you had some Swanson stuff in there.
I have one, just the one. I just did the
one.
Yeah, I just did the one. I mean, by the time this comes out, I'll probably already have it revealed. I mean, that was my lowest grade too.
Which one? The Savage one?
The Savage got a 6.
Yeah, I saw it was a 6. I could see EX Mint, and I knew what grade it. I think it said EX Mint.
It's 6. I have it here somewhere. Where the hell is it? It's got to be in here somewhere. My main thing I wanted from it is I got the rest of those 82 Cosmos graded. So I have the whole set graded.
Oh, you have the whole set graded? Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, well, I did. I sold the Slayer and the Hogan, as people know and saw that. I sold the only Peck and I were the only ones that had a PSA 9.
Okay.
On that Hogan, so I sold it.
Yeah, his collection is just absurd, man. Oh yes, yeah, I love that. Yeah, we might have to talk about that.
And then of course I did a lot of the Merlin stuff too. I did a lot of I have so much of this stuff.
I love the Merlin cards though. How great are those cards?
They're amazing. They're absolutely 100% amazing. I love that. And surprisingly, when you go look at the registry, there's less of the Italian version than there is of anything else. Like there's German and English, but you don't see too much of the Italian.
I gotcha. Okay. I didn't see. I don't even know if the ones I have are, what language they are, because I don't know what the, what is Italian.
I knew I want to get those sent in, so I had those sent in.
Oh, those are beautiful.
I'm surprised at the thickness of the cards of the slabs, and those were different. I did.
You know what? I actually have. I sent in my son's. But he's got an original Charizard, the holographic one. Okay. I sent that in, and it came, and it's a thin. Pokemon cards are thin, right? They're very thin. And it came back in like a weird slab, man. It really did. It came back in like a thicker kind of like you're saying, but it was like
a regular one.
Yeah. So that's a regular. Yes, it came back like it has a backing on it almost, right?
Yeah. It's weird. It's got this weird backing thing on it almost.
Yes. So it won't fit in my PSA True Fits. So I have
tons of these. I just eyeballed and sent those in. So I just.
Oh, there you go.
And
this was an older submission for you.
Yeah, I finally got it back a year and 4 months later, but
unbelievable.
But there's the rest of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are nice, man.
A2 Cosmos. So I'm pretty happy with the 9s on them.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was hard for me to see the grades on them.
Yeah, and they're 9s on those. But yeah, so I love having that thread on there. One, I love it that somebody else does all that work, because I feel like part of WTC's job is like you continue doing all these different things. I'm like, oh, thank God, Mike the cleaner's taking care of that, so I don't do that anymore. Oh, thank God, Tweet Wrestling's doing the Wednesday wrestling card Wednesdays. It's like I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. So it's nice that people are doing some of these things and getting the community engaged and involved.
Absolutely, man. And like I say, I mean, it's it's just. Even when I go to like my buddy owns a hobby shop, like my buddy of like that I grew up with, right, owns a hobby shop, and like even he said to me, recently, he goes, "What's going on, man? Why haven't you been buying like any kind of sport?" And I go, "I'm just focusing on the wrestling." And he, me and him talk about stuff all the time about how it's about how like Topps Chrome, for instance. One thing I'll agree with some people on is Topps Chrome is a very shorter printed product.
Yep.
The Topps Chrome Wrestling. So I'll tell you that. And he said he's got like 3 cases of it that he's just sitting on. He goes, these things are gonna explode. They're already starting to.
No, of course.
If you look at them, I saw you got some stacks of some boxes that you're sitting on too. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. My thing is this. I've tried many times over the years, bro, putting a box in my house. Like I'd have to give it to a family member and say, I don't care what I say, don't give it back to me.
Yeah.
Having a box anywhere in my house is like putting a piece of crack in front of a crackhead and saying, you can't smoke that. Like, I'm gonna smoke that rock. No, I'm gonna open that fucking box. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, so, I'm sitting on some stuff here and there. I didn't do a whole lot of boxes, but the recent stuff I've been sitting on a bunch of it for now. My local card shop, hooks me up for, we have a nice little trade deal that we do I do some graphic work and I get some product kind of thing. So, cool. Old stuff, like I just go through my storage and I find singles like, there's a whole stack of just nothing but X-Fractors.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's wild. That schema on the top. That's beautiful.
It's all in here. I mean, Rock, Stone Cold, they're all in here. So I got the entire set here. Plus, I have a full, complete set of it. So these are extras.
That's crazy.
What's
a set of that go for now?
Pricing got me, buddy. Got me.
Yeah.
I have to refer to Paul on that.
Yeah, it's got to be continuing to climb, I would imagine.
I'd imagine so. Even refractors, like low level, the refractors, I think even the base chrome sets have gone up in value too. I mean, those are $50 to $75 for a base set.
Yeah,
I couldn't sell those things back in the day for $20.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing with those older chrome sets, they didn't make a lot of them, man. They really didn't, and that's why it's going to be completely different. You're going to see what's going to truly hold the value as far as the shiny cards go is going to be chrome, man. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the Topps products. It's not going to be the overprinted new stuff. It's just not, because it's going to be printed until the printers break, and then they're going to buy new printers and break them, and they're going to buy new ones and break them. It's just what's going to happen.
Well, it's an interesting market for sure. I mean, you know, wrestling has definitely increased its visibility
100%. And
this year alone.
100%. And I know that as well, just from, again, my buddy having the card store. He's even told me, you know, more people are going in there buying wrestling boxes than he's ever seen before. You know what I mean? When he got the finest 2021 finest, he goes, they were selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
I love that set, the 2021 finest.
Yeah.
Think about it like this, right? You can buy 6 boxes of 21 finest for the same price as one hobby box of Prism. The only way you're going to make money on that Prism hobby box is if you pull like a dual autograph number to 10. Those finest boxes, you pull one autograph of somebody decent number to 5, or not even autograph number to 5, any of those super fractors, any of that stuff, you're going to be more apt to making your money back on that than anything else. It's just how it is.
I'm just going to sit on, for the first time in my life, I'm going to sit on, well, not the first time. I've still got plenty of old Impels and things like that.
Oh, do you? You have Impel box?
Oh, yeah. The going joke on my channel, and I'm working with Zan on Worlds Collide, that I have a printing machine. I just keep printing them out of my storage unit. So
that's what's up, man.
But yeah, I have plenty of some products. But recently, I've been getting some. I'll crack open a box, and the rest of I'll just keep sealed. I have no use for it. Like, I have no care for the autographs or any chasing that stuff. I mean, I'll trade it away for things I do kind of want, or sell it. But if I can get base sets out of it for my eventual store that's going to be opening up, then I'd be happy to do that. Because my goal to have the store is to get more people into wrestling cards and offer them affordable base card sets.
Right. Well, that's perfect.
Because my store is probably going to be local. My store is going to probably be, there's an empty spot. It's right next to my local card shop.
Oh, that's cool.
So he wants me to be next to him, because I'll bring in my clientele list for like every other month, doing autograph signings for people coming in store and doing autographs. He wants that kind of thing. He's a big wrestling fan. He sells boxes. I'll sell only base sets. I'll have action figures and t-shirts and whatever other junk that,
there you go.
But
no, that's the way to do it. You have the singles, he has the boxes, and that's, absolutely. Get you whatever you want, the best of both worlds. Go grab some singles, go on and grab your box or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, the boxes to be sitting on right now, and I know I've seen you have a couple of them, is the AEW boxes.
I have a half a case left.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, those are going to, you want to talk about something that's going to skyrocket, man. That's going to be,
but it's more of a long-term one on that one, because I was going to actually bring that up during our Prism talk here. And that was that same thing could be said about AEW, where a little bit of the divide started really starting.
Absolutely.
Because there are people who are either just not fans of that particular brand, that were trashing and talking shit in the product. But, Paul and I do our monthly recaps, and our new one, by the time we record this, will drop tomorrow. And that box price is pretty much held steady at that same price for months.
Yes, absolutely.
It's around that 240 to 250 price point.
240 to 250. Yep. And it's funny, because people are like, well, the blasters ruined the hobby box. No,
it didn't.
No, they didn't.
Because it offered still good shit in it. When every box had stuff in it.
100%. And here's the thing: the hobby boxes, if you notice, when you buy the retail boxes, the regular, there's no autographs, there's no numbered autographs, there's no numbered relics in there. Okay. Very rare will you find like an exclusive or a high gloss in there. However, a hobby box, you're going to find about 2 numbered cards, and then either a relic or an autograph in every box. And those relics are going to be numbered, and the autographs are going to be numbered. And people are going to see that down the line. And with all this, I said this already, I tweeted this out, with all the online stuff for the online packs.
Sure.
And they're not shipping the base.
Yep. People thought and people kind of misread that. I think in the beginning they thought, oh, well, when the blasters come out and then the e-packs come out, that's just going to really lower the price of the base. It's going to be, which in a sense it has, because base sets, I can get a base set between 20 and $25 right now.
100%. But here's the thing: you're not going to notice how much less of it and the demand for it until, like you said, maybe 5 years from now.
Yeah, once that because that e-pack stuff is not a forever thing. It has a finite end. Like there's a certain amount that's been allocated just for e-pack stuff.
Absolutely.
And so I think people realize, like, well, once I cash out all my base to get my awards, oh shit, I don't have as many base cards as I thought I had.
Right. Where did the base go? What happened to all that base? So that's why I'm saying, like, when you look at guys like Wardlow, who's never had a card, never had an indie, at least not that I know of, he's never had an indie card. And he, you got millions of base cards that were never just sent out or never given to anybody. That's going to put a high demand on that card.
Yep.
So I mean, I think that AEW, even Upper Deck, I've always loved Upper Deck. I've always loved what they've done with hockey. I think they're doing great things with AEW. And, wait till you see some of these products that Upper Deck puts out. I don't know if you're familiar with any of them.
I am very familiar with them.
So stuff like they're exquisite, stuff like they have like the cup for, don't get me wrong, they're higher priced products, but you can get into them in breaks online.
Yep.
My buddy, Chris, his name's Cards Infinity online. He'll have the best break prices you'll ever see. And, you get into a break for a serial number break, he'll do like, a couple boxes or whatever, $50. You get one number and, you basically get every number that starts with that. They're cool little breaks. But what I'm trying to say is, long story short, these products are going to have huge hits coming out of them that will hold value because Upper Deck doesn't overproduce, doesn't overpopulate. And
but even again with those higher end type of products they put out, again, people can sit there and argue, like we talked about earlier, feel like, oh, I'm getting priced out. But you just give an example of how, no, you don't have to get priced out. You can get into breaks if you need to and want to. So there's a cool breaks to get into. That's always an option for people.
And that's when I said that earlier about people getting priced out. That's just a lot of the shit I was hearing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's number one thing. People are like, oh, well, I'm used to my cheap boxes. Well, you know what? The cheap boxes are just that cheap boxes can't sustain a hobby. Can't. Right. It just can't.
And cheap boxes won't sustain, better cards that are going to be valuable or sought after down the line. You know what I mean?
Very true. So
it's just not going to happen.
If you're in it for just because you like to collect, there's other ways to collect. If you're in it because you're looking for investment pieces, then that's something different. So it's a different mindset all the way around. So
100%.
Yeah, but it's so cool, man. I think you have a good pulse in the hobby. I mean, I think anybody who watches this or listens to this, I think they should give you a follow, because I think you give out some decent, good advice out there. Someone who's been in it for a long time. I mean, you can take whatever advice you want from Mike the Cleaner. You can take whatever advice you want from a David Peck or an Adam Gilman or whoever you want to talk to. There's a lot of different guys with a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different things to offer to the hobby. And it's up to you, the listener, viewer, whatever, to go out there and pick what you think is the right thing for you.
Exactly.
And, with that, I like everybody to kind of find who hasn't followed you already. How can they find you?
So on Twitter, you can search at Anthony Vito 8, or honestly, if you just put Mike the Cleaner in, you'll probably see just, some crazy posts that I put up, or crazy tweets, or me talking shit or something like that. And in all honesty, man, I love this hobby. I'm passionate about it. I love wrestling in general. I'm passionate about wrestling. When I see people arguing about, and this was a big thing with the wrestling figures and stuff, when I see people arguing about, oh, AEW shit, WWE is the big time, AEW's bingo hall, this, and then I see people talking about, oh, AEW is the best and WWE is complete trash. Listen, watch what you like, man. I'm a wrestling fan. I watch it all. You know what I'm saying? And I collect it all. So I'm going to collect the AEW cards. I'm going to collect the WWE cards. I collected the TNA cards when TriStar was doing them.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I mean, they had some beautiful stuff come out of there.
Talk about we're going to be doing some episodes coming up here, not too long, talking about those particular card sets and kind of really breaking them down further, because I think there's some amazing sleeper product right there that people just don't seem to realize. God.
And those boxes were all serial numbered.
All numbered.
Yeah. Yeah. So like once they were gone, there was something like, 47,000 of them or whatever it was. once they're gone, they're gone. You can't even find them anymore. I have a saved search on eBay for TriStar TNA box. You know how often that thing comes up with a new search? Maybe once a week. And here's what it is. It's one of those single little blasters.
Oh, the little blaster ones, yeah.
That come with one autograph.
Okay, that was their first product that with the gold the gold borders, just like that. The gold,
yeah. I haven't seen like a hobby box other than like the 2007 one. That's a pretty weak autograph. Right, I mean a pretty weak autograph checklist.
Yeah,
and oh my god, I honestly can't remember the last time. Like I'd love to scoop one up and just open it even for just nostalgia purposes. But if you remember when those first came out, like when the New Era one came out with the Hogan autographs and Hardy was in it, and Flair and all them, that was like the first time you saw wrestling cards selling for like multiple hundreds of dollars for autographs. And you were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
These things are selling for stupid money.
But people didn't complain about it.
No, but the boxes were still relatively affordable.
Nobody complained about it, but yeah. So guys, I go and check him out. Make sure you follow him. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. Even if you don't agree with his approach, you got to at least love that he puts out, the Monday, sales like that, you know what time it is, baby. And so it's always fun to go out there. You find some good deals, people trying to buy, sell, and trade. Even on the Discord channel, same thing, places to buy, sell, and trade. For us, as you know, you can always find us on WrestlingTradingCards.com. Every available link for social media that we're on is found at the bottom of every single page. Like, comment, please subscribe. That'd be great. I mean, just, subscribe would be awesome, and just turn those notifications on. Leave a review. Do something. Tell us we suck. I don't care. Just as long as you're watching and listening. Anything at all, it's like that. But I appreciate your time, sir. I know it's been kind of a little bit of a long time coming. We've been talking about it for a little while now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's been fun, man. Like I say, I mean, I this is, it's a hobby. Long story short, it all comes down to it's a hobby, right? Yep. It's something we do to get away from real life, fucked up shit in real life or whatever, just our real life, everyday life. And, it's something we love and enjoy. So love and enjoy it however you want. Buy what you want, man. Collect what you want. That's what I always say.
At the end of the day, we always say, just have fun, people. Okay?
That's it, man. That's it, bro.
With that, I say, we're done, man. We're out.
All right, man.
If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.